Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about Bo Nix, who actually ended up being my quarterback 2 in last year's class, and last year was absolutely stacked as a draft class and especially at quarterback. Today we're going to be breaking down why I have such strong thoughts on Bo Nix and why I think he is going to be very, very good in the league. The narrative around Bo Nix absolutely kills me when I hear he's a game manager. All he does is sit back in the pocket. He's not a great athlete. He's overly safe. He doesn't throw a whole lot of interceptions, let alone throw a whole lot past the 5-yard mark. It's all screens and slants at Oregon. The bad arm strength is the reason, you know, he throws some of the shorter stuff, and when he shoots downfield, he's not that great. Well, listen, man, I don't care. People saying he's an old quarterback that couldn't cut it at Auburn. Well, in my opinion, I think Oregon's a more prestigious university and more well-known than Auburn is. Maybe a bigger fan base or whatever. The truth is that scheme wasn't Bo Nix friendly, in my opinion, and the way that he's kind of phrased his transfer to Oregon was they let Bo be Bo, which lets me know that in Auburn, maybe he wasn't the most comfortable or someone that was getting a whole lot of input in the offense, and maybe they weren't just letting him essentially play to his strengths. But back to all the crap like game manager, overly safe and threw screens and slants all day, didn't have the best arm. That could not be more far off. It's so wrong. When I turned on the tape, I was expecting to see someone that, again, just throws around the line of scrimmage 80% of the time. I wanted to see someone that just was able to feel around the pocket, and that's kind of where my expectations were. You turn on the tape, it's a hell of a lot more than that, man. He was so good in the improv situations out of structure. No one was as poised or better than him other than Caleb Williams at escaping, feeling, and working an improvisational plays through pressure, or when a free blitz came in, or someone that was better at finding an answer and making a solution. He was by far, in my opinion, the most poised quarterback in the class, and he's up there with Caleb Williams in problem solving, if you will. There's plenty to be said about the mental side of Bo Nix as well. Not too many quarterbacks come into the league with as much experience as he's coming in with. 61 college starts is out of this world crazy, and it shows up as well with his pre-snap recognition, the way he puts himself into the right situation with adjusting protections, maybe an audible or two, and then the post-snap processing. He is probably the best in this class at once the ball is snapped, what do? I think he was crazy, and I make these bold statements like this, and I've been watching everything I can about Bo Nix since, you know, a year ago or so. And so when I'm watching former NFL quarterback Kurt Benkert break him down,
so far he's been dead on the money,
or I'm watching a podcast with Robert Griffin III and talking to Bo Nix and then asking him certain questions, and then just all the things that I've seen with him breaking down his own tape. All the quarterbacks pretty much know the lingo and understand, and they're all probably going to sound the same in the film room when you're talking about, well, coverage, what my read was, what happened. All of them are going to sound very similar, but man, Bo Nix on tape just seems so much better, and the way his mind worked, and it just seems different than the other quarterbacks. Not only that, but the human that Bo Nix is, in the way that he is a pure football player, carry his team, hard working. We talked about his starts and the amount of starts he has and the way he's learned from all of those. His calm and poise in the pocket is huge, and as a football player, any little thing that maybe throws a quarterback off his game, no moment is too big for Bo Nix, and you're not going to see those little things maybe creep into his head, or he's not going to make those defining moments bad. There's just this comfort when watching Bo Nix play, because there is poise, there's the calm factor in his game, there is, again, no moment it's too big for Bo Nix, I think, personally. And we've heard offensive coordinators and Dan Lanning, who's the Oregon head coach, say all these things. It's not like I'm just speaking on it, and who am I to be talking this highly about someone? But no, these are quotes from teams that have gone against him. These are from people that have taught him, and these are people that work with him. Bo Nix as a player is really good. His mind works really well, and he's an incredible human being, and he puts all of that into his game and his craft. It makes me believe in the player, the human, and the mind that Bo Nix has. So obviously we know Denver Broncos picked Bo Nix with the number 12 overall pick in this last year's draft. The fact that he's in a quarterback competition right now, it doesn't really surprise me, but what does surprise me are the people coming out and making me laugh saying Zach Wilson should start because of experience, or he's been there, he's done that, he's been throwing interceptions, he has experience messing up a little bit here and there, and he's done it and he's never succeeded to this point. Why is he already onto his second team? Because I don't think he's a starter in an NFL system, and especially moving to another system in the first year, he might need a little bit more time to get comfort. So that leaves Jarrett Stidham, who again hasn't proved himself, has had time, not as much time as Zach Wilson, but has had time. And I just think that Bo Nix doesn't need to sit and learn. That's wrong. You get the rookie quarterback in, and Peyton Manning probably said it the best, where he wants Bo Nix to start because the best learning and the most valuable reps are in a game, and you can't do that when you're sitting on the bench and looking at a Microsoft Surface tablet. And I just feel like Sean Payton alone would feel better with Bo Nix's mind starting over Zach Wilson's, let alone Jarrett Stidham. Bo Nix is a great processor. We know that. He has a great football mind. We know that. Zach and Stidham haven't proved to be any better or on a caliber that Bo Nix isn't. You give Bo Nix the start day one, you let him go during that rookie season, work out the kinks in the off season, let him go, and if he starts to maybe have that rocky road, maybe that's when you put the other guys in. I don't think it's fair right away to say trade for Zach Wilson, and I believe they already had Jarrett Stidham, but sign Jarrett Stidham the year previous. You inherit that situation and then put him through a competition when, in my opinion, it's very clear cut Bo Nix and all in favor of Bo Nix. So I don't see him missing out on the starting job. I think that it should be and will be Bo Nix's start week one for the Denver Broncos. I'll loop back to Sean Payton would probably just feel better with Bo Nix starting at quarterback over the other two. And now we'll talk about some of the circus plays here with Bo Nix, and we'll take the game against Liberty where he actually had a couple of these. Bo Nix directing everyone, telling everyone to get in sorts. It's going to be play action. He's going to step back. He's going to be on the roll. Boom, crossbody right there, has it. Number two's hands, I believe, or number two's the recipient of this catch. But Bo Nix, flick of an arm, crossbody, he's got it. Touchdown. 1st and 4 on the 4. And they're ready to go ahead and make a play here for the touchdown. So instead, they're going to do a little fake. Bo Nix stumbles while gunning up and still makes the play. I think he gets tripped up at the end here, but you see him. It'll be fake handoff, fake little reverse. He's going to step back, make sure pressure drifts down, and then loses his footing, stays balanced, stays up, finds an answer, has his tight end in the end zone. Through all of this, still fades away from contact, got hit when he threw the ball. It's a very, very good play, and the ability to sort all of that out very quickly. Here we go. Here's some of the crazy play in Bo Nix, the gamer in him, the pure football player he is. Braylon Trice with another pressure, but you see him on a full sprint, rolling right, back cross body, accurately delivers. I believe that's number 3 again, his tight end. He's facing a five-man front at first. Number 11 drops out. Braylon Trice loops in. Bo Nix reacts pretty quickly. Cross body. This is a phenomenal play, and I don't think people look at these enough. And we'll talk about one more that I don't know. Like, if it's Patrick Mahomes, it breaks the internet. We'll go check it out. Okay, here Bo Nix is against Cal. Obviously a stack on the left side, and okay, nothing going yet. Everyone's pretty covered. I mean, Tez Johnson's there, but he hasn't worked backside yet. So what does he do? He continues to roll. Whoop, gets right under a defensive lineman, recalibrates, and then fires again. But you see Bo Nix still hasn't made his mind up, hasn't really got back to the backside. 90 gets to jump. He goes underneath, then quickly fires sidearm out. One of the best plays in college football, in my opinion. Gets him to jump, ducks under, getting drilled from, I'm going to carefully word this here, he's getting pressure from behind him, and he gets essentially pancaked as he makes this throw and still delivers an absolute dot. But you see this rolling out under number 90. See ya, buddy. Number 33 is crashing in from behind. 27's gonna be here. He's looking at him, and this guy's trailing, and he has another guy over there, and that might, you know, convolute the situation. But no, instead makes this throw again, sidearm, and on a rope, on a dime. It's a completion somehow. And like I said, if Patrick Mahomes makes this play, we wouldn't shut up about it for 3 years. All right, here we are in the tape. It is 2nd and 3. Ball on the 45, and what we're going to prove with this play that we're watching here is Bo Nix is a perfectly capable athlete. Here he is, fakes Braylon Trice out, gets to the edge, runs, and has some of those wheels that we talk about. And yes, it's open space for a very long time. I mean, all of this up this whole sideline, sure, that's all open, right? But Bo Nix does a great job rounding the pressure that he's against and then getting upfield all the way to the 10-yard line. Like, that's pretty insane in the way you're looking at this here. You know, following your blockers. He's even tempoed down. He's not in a full sprint. Here we are on another play. This one's on 1st and 10, by the way. Bo Nix gonna take the snap, gonna go quarterback run, and there's some explosiveness when he hits that back step, fake handoff to Bucky Irving, and then just plummets up the middle. He's willing to do what he's got to do for yardage, and you know, no one's gonna punish him for that or anything, right? You know, I mean, he takes a hit, sure. Here we go, another one in 1st and 10. This one's in the 4th quarter of the Pac-12 championship. We're going to see him in empty. He's gonna step back, he's gonna evaluate. He realizes he hasn't got anything, and so what is he gonna do? He's gonna run up and slide. Don't know why they glitched there, but okay. Gets upfield, beats a lineman, and then linebacker comes crashing down, forces the slide. I think that this is pretty good athleticism when you talk about it, right? You know, you have this box check on 3rd and 5 if the opportunity presents itself. Go out and get that first down. Last one we'll look at with Bo Nix from a running standpoint, of course. Bo Nix puts a man in motion, play action, or sorry, it's a fake handoff, and then that tough finish there, obviously, but it might be a read option. But Bo Nix ends up keeping it and then makes Tui blah blah blah. I'm sorry, that's not racist or anything. I just literally can't pronounce his name, let alone remember it. But yeah, you see Bo Nix kind of just able to avoid him with his first step quickness, get in, and he's willing to put his head down and take a hit. All right, and now we'll crush the whole deep ball narrative that goes on with Bo Nix. He's going to take his steps back, feels comfortable in the pocket, and then unleashes a dot to about the 40. Pretty easy for him as well. Under pressure, they're bringing 4. They got in quite quick, actually. And you see he's throwing with 2 guys in his face. Ball's up, and it lands perfectly into his hands. You see Bo Nix, 2 guys closing in. He has to lean back a little bit and has it with ease on, you know, in his bread basket, I should say. I started stumbling on my words there. And this play actually profiles somewhat similarly. And we'll see with this play here, he's going to have basically this wheel up the sideline. And then we'll talk about, you know, it ends up hitting the ground. But when you look at where the receiver's running, I mean, this is a dot and a half. You see where the ball lands. It's more inside. It's more right here. And he's all the way out here on the sideline, giving no room. It says Johnson, so he's a little bit lighter of a player and doesn't really have the body mass to be running this route on like a wheel route with outside leverage. So it ends up happening, he fades outside and the ball will land here when he should have been running here. And it's still a great throw, and it's perfect too. And we'll go back to that first angle. You're gonna see how good of a throw it is with anticipation, touch, and all that. Bo Nix looks there, and before he's even come out of his break here, number 15, Tez Johnson, he has his arm up. Well, he's still running flat, which is already, you know, ballsy in itself, and then has it on a dime. Had Tez Johnson been able to turn up and give room to the outside here and have the ball there. So it would have been a good connection, good throw, good all that. And it could have been amazing, but just a missed opportunity. And to me, this is still a great throw. Okay, 4th and 5 on this play. Ball on the 47. You're going for this in a dire situation. So we'll see the calm poise from Bo Nix, puts his man out into motion, steps back, all the comfort in the world, gives it right there to Troy Franklin in his arms, has a man draped right on him, number 8 obviously, or whoever this is, just all over Troy Franklin. But don't worry, it's not enough. Bo Nix puts it right where it's needed. 3rd and 9 on, this might be the same drive we just watched too. So Bo Nix might, I can't remember what quarter it was last time, but similar timestamp. Here we go. Bo Nix stepping back, just fading back, and dot on a wheel route. And this is what makes him Bo Nix right here. You see the calm feet back there. He's never stressing even a little bit. Great offensive line protection. Doesn't look anywhere else. Has all the confidence that this is going to work. Probably saw something pre-snap that he really liked. And so what is he going to do? He's just going to go ahead and drop it in to Jordan James's hands right here. Touch throw over the top. It's a great throw on, again, was it 3rd and 9? I believe it was. So Bo Nix just displaying some of that. And we'll loop back to a play that we've already seen, but I didn't know it was 4th and 2. I hadn't remembered that about this play, but 4th and 2, what does Bo Nix do? He does the crazy. He goes full sprint to the right, makes this throw back cross body. We've already seen this. I already showed you guys this, but I didn't realize it was on 4th and 2. So here's some of the gamer in him as well to do this. Full sprint out to the right, drag his feet, make a great play and throw. Okay, here we are. You see it's 1st and 10, sure, but it's 8 seconds till halftime. They don't have all the time in the world to go and make this play. And so what are they going to do? Bo Nix is going to look to where the defense seems to be flawed, or there might be a weakness there, and throws a back shoulder dot on the seam to, I believe that is Trayshawn Holden, but just finds it, finds that hole, and and exploits the defense being played for a touchdown 8 seconds before the half. So most guys here see how his arms up. He's going to get this ball out really quick. Other quarterbacks might take an extra step. They might take another second to load up, make sure they have their ball or their hands on the laces, and then it gets it out. Not Bo Nix. He takes very little time and has great velocity on these plays to give his guy room to work, essentially, after the catch, right? Quickly, all in one motion, gets it outside, gives Troy Franklin an opportunity to beat defenders and give him time to work with. Now another play from this game. Bo Nix on a designed roll, it looks like, steps back up, and boom, Tez Johnson right there. People saying, hey, ball placement isn't everything. Look at this freaking play. Look at where this route's being run. It's getting run this way into 1, 2, and then 25, you know, whatever. But no, instead he's going to place it on this outside shoulder and direct him upfield. And oh my Lanta, does he make a play with it? And that is just Bo Nix in itself right here. Ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about a quarterback doing stuff right, this is about as right as it gets. Putting it on the back shoulder, guiding him in the other direction where there's tons and plenty of open space to go make that play. Another play here where Bo Nix is threading the needle, has all day, kind of keeps his feet calm, but you look him reading the field, getting his eyes through, and then sees this gap in coverage and says, hey, might as well want to try it, right? And then gives this guy, I mean, velocity by itself, by the way, on this throw is very impressive. I don't think people understand that, you know, stand back there and then fit that. That's a distance right there that he's just fitting that on a rope. See Bo Nix take the snap, and like I said, 3-man rush doesn't really have to do much, and then threads this needle between an edge rusher, I think, with Topola Fitu. I don't know. Back to the same name that I missed earlier. But yeah, Trayshawn Holden in for the touchdown. And here we are on 1st and 10. Another shorter throw, but it's okay because we're going to display an arm angle here and then just putting it on the money. No wasted time at all. See the ability he has to take a snap and get the ball out is crazy. It's all in one, and you see him, you know, his body's kind of fading this way and his arm's going to wrap around that way. He knows pressure's going to be coming in, and so what he does is he calculates that beforehand, and you know, it's obviously a screen, so you're going to have missing offensive linemen on the right side, and so he's going to do what's needed early, and he's going to set up for this play here, adjust the feet quickly, get it out. Well, number 3 doesn't even have a chance, gets it there with time. Unfortunately, the play was shut down. We just talked about an arm angle, but we're going to talk about a touch throw here Bo Nix makes, and I could literally just put these on a reel and you guys would be happy with it, but instead I'm going to sit here and annoyingly break it down. Bo Nix stepping back, sees this linebacker out of place, or he was just playing too far down, shallow zone, way too open in the middle here. So he's going to try to do everything he can to get back there. Bo Nix just touches it right over into Tez Johnson's hands. A nice little touch throw here to avoid any disaster over 35's head. Knows he messed up and has to go chase down Tez Johnson after Bo Nix delivers a dot. So here we are on 3rd and 6. Another dire situation that I didn't bring up earlier, but here we are. I thought Bo Nix was the best seam thrower in the class, and this is why. I mean, the arm strength in this as well. I mean, people saying he doesn't have an arm. Watch the tape. You're missing that part of his game, because he definitely has a rifle to sit back there. Boom, right there. Well, there's a gap here between, I mean, was it 25 or 6, and then this guy, and then let alone this guy's crashing in as well. Bo Nix has the confidence and the arm to make this play and throw, and gives his guy, again, opportunity in open space. Bo Nix takes the snap, goes play action on the roll, and then has this comeback route perfectly. And I couldn't tell what is, okay, it's 1st and 10. They didn't need any of the first down here, but he has this ball out while he's making his break, and he's going to have it on a rope, and it's right there for him. It's a very good play. You see Bo Nix kind of searching, and has a first down as well with it too. It's another reason I thought he was also really good. The ability to throw around the line of scrimmage and help his receivers doing so. It seems like such a simple concept. You know, you throw to your receiver and you let them work. Not Bo Nix. It's going to be quickly. It's going to give him time to make that play. You know, quarterbacks might take an extra, like I said, step, might do another thing or two to extend this time here, the duration, but instead it's going to be Bo Nix throwing on a rope out to Tez Johnson in the flat. These two, or I should say these two, are kind of flat-footed and over here, and he sees that. He's going to try to take advantage of that, and he's going to make sure to get it out there with velocity and give him time to work, something he did so well at Oregon, and something that was just underrated as quarterbacks in this last class, and quarterbacks in general when you look at them as prospects, right, is the ability to inflate their receivers' numbers. It's not like Yak inflates his numbers as much as he's doing it for them as well, right? So kind of got to look at that aspect of it too and say how much of it is because Bo Nix is getting it out so quickly. 3rd and 8 on this play here against Liberty again, and here we are, free play. What does Bo Nix do? Takes advantage of it, aware of the situation, and with poise and ease makes this back shoulder throw. Obviously, guy jumps off sides. Bo Nix very aware of this, and most quarterbacks would be, so it's nothing special, but finds the outside shoulder. The ball location is perfect on this throw, and you see him just barely throwing it, and he makes that play. It's amazing. So overall, I plead my case. Honestly, I love Bo Nix. I think he's going to be great. I think he is going to be up to par when you talk about processing right away. We shouldn't see a whole lot of like those rookie mistakes and, you know, those first couple of starts where it's like, you know, guys say they're seeing ghosts. I was also a little bit of a Sam Darnold guy, so I know that one. But yeah, I don't see a reality where he just flunks out in year 1 and everyone kind of just labels him as a bust. Like, I don't see him having a Bryce Young season. He might have a lacking supporting cast around him there in Denver, but I don't care. I still think he gets the job done. Even if it is by throwing short or whatever, it's still going to be great, and he's still going to look really good, and I'll be making sure to keep up with his whole situation. I'll look at him throughout the year, maybe do a couple tape breakdowns on him, especially when we come to preseason, see what he does when we get there. I just can't wait. Bo Nix, I'm stamping my card in now, or my ticket in right now to the Bo Nix fan club, man. I like the player, the person, and I think he's severely underrated, has a great story, and is one hell of a baller. Anyways, if you guys did watch the whole entire video, I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for this one to come out because this is a different style of video. I haven't really done any of these, so if you guys would like to see more like this, let me know. I'll make sure to add those to the rotation or slate of whatever I'm doing. So that'll be all for me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, go watch the past content on the channel. I guarantee you will like it, and that'll be all for me. See you guys next time. Deuces.